very pleased with these cough drops, and I have perfected it to the best of my ability. So, I don't know, this might be a YouTube first, guys, and if that's the case, please let everybody know, because it's the menthol cough drop that, for me, really helped with my respiratory issues when I got that nasty bug that we got. Flu season, cough and cold season is coming, guys. So I figured I'd get this made because Rob's almost out of cough drops. And so today I'm going to make cough drops. Here I have a silicone form for the cough drops, a mold. I have the stainless steel pot, my timer, my thermometer, I should say. It's not a timer, but it's a thermometer for temperature. I have, okay, and the sugar is 1 cup, half cup of honey, and it's going to be 1 cup of liquid. So this is tea that I had made for my respiratory tea, so I figured I'd just go ahead and use that, and I will use another half cup of hot water that I'll be adding. Here is the essential oil of peppermint. We have eucalyptus essential oil, and we have menthol crystals. This is a great cough drop. Okay, very similar to the old Hall's menthol eucalyptus. Now that's more like candy, and we needed something stronger when Rob and I got so sick last year. So I discovered how to make cough drops. And basically, if you've ever made suckers or hard candy, that's exactly how we're going to cook this. I take the temperature as high as 300, anywhere from 307 all the way up to 311, but you may be able to get away with 300 or 302. Unfortunately for us, that temperature makes the cough drop stick to your teeth. So that's not what we like. We like ours hard. Get my water turned on to bring it up to boiling. So here you go. I've got the sugar in. Getting ready to pour this honey in. Let it drain. And you'll see why I'm using the hot water in a second, what I'm going to be doing with that. But you can use any juice, you can use water, anything for that 1 cup of liquid. I like to use it with whatever tea I've brewed or fermented. It works great with grape juice, if you have that, any kind of juice. And I mostly just use the tea, though. We don't need all that extra sugar because there's plenty in here. Okay, this is the honey and water. So I got that poured in here. Okay, so that's finished. Stick that over there. Got my half cup of tea. And those are the main ingredients. Now I need to turn this on and start the cooking process. Can you see that? 212 degrees, okay? So that's pretty darn neat. I like this spatula. It's silicone, and it allows me to work with things that are very hot. So, happy with that. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. I know that it was literally a lifesaver for Rob and I, and it was so hard to breathe, and we had a cough and everything. It was horrible. And we immediately began to build our immune system with the fire cider vinegar. But we also used the cough drops, my respiratory lung tea. We ate lots of onions and garlic, and it still took many months for us to get better. And as far as supplements, we had copper water, and we were drinking a glass 2-3 times a day. And we were also taking a zinc, and that worked really well. But that was our routine. Neither one of us had to go to the hospital. Neither one of us died from it, luckily. But we sure were miserable for a few months. I was working on the second batch. First batch got away from me. I'm making some up for my daughter, who's going to be visiting us from Texas. And I am making some for my son as well. So I just wanted you to see this part though. This is the second batch, and I will be using this mold. I don't care for the squares. I wish this was this size, only round, but I haven't found that yet. So just wanted to let you see what we've got on our second batch here. Probably will not be able to show you pouring from here to here, but you got to work quick. I'm hoping I can get to the place where I can show you where I put the essential oils in. But again, all of the essential oils, the peppermint oil, the eucalyptus oil, and the menthol flakes go in at the very end after I turn off the fire, okay? And keep your face away from the fumes, because it'll make you cough and take your breath away, literally. So pay attention to that as well. Right now our temperature is up to 223, 225 it looks like here. So it has to get up to over 300. Temperature's at 273. It's going to go up fast now. And here it is, cooking, boiling at a hard rolling boil. And today what I tried to do is I measured about 1 teaspoon of peppermint oil to a ½ teaspoon of the eucalyptus essential oil, and 1½ teaspoons of menthol flakes in here. Just in case I don't get to show it, I'll be able to still post the video. So we're at 291 right now. I need to get stirring here. 289. We're almost at the 300, guys. You can kind of tell by the smell too if it's getting too hot too fast. And then just turn your temperature down. Okay, it says 307. Timer's going off. I'm going to unplug here so it'll cool down real quick. Okay, first I'm going to put the essential oils in. Even though it's hot, it'll go in here. Normally I just pour it in from the container itself. And now I'm going to pour in all of the menthol flakes. Get this stirred up quickly. See, that's all fumes from putting the essential oil and the menthol flakes in. You do not want to have your face over that, guys. Okay, now that it's stirred in, I'm going to have to pour this. So I don't think there's a way that I can show you pouring it, but you know how to pour stuff. but I'm going to pour it into that blue mold. Okay, well, it's kind of messy looking, but after it all hardens completely, all those flakes on the edges break off. They don't stick. It won't look ugly when we get it done, because you're dealing with boiling, boiling, boiling hot. You don't want to have to worry about how nice it looks when you're pouring like a crazy person into the molds. Another reason I like using a silicone here is this will completely peel off when it gets cool. But I like it when it does just pulls right off very nicely. See? And that's why I like silicone for making. See? Pretty cool, huh? My cough drops. Here we go. Nice cough drop right there. I can use this bit when I'm adding my sugar and honey and water for the next batch I'm making. Pretty cool, huh? I've made these for months now. We go through quite a few. I make them, give them away to friends and family. And it's one of the things that Levi really, really, really likes, even when he doesn't have a cold. He likes to just suck on them like they're hard candy. Yeah, they're sugar, but it has to have the sugar to cook up and properly. I haven't found an alternative way to do this without sugar. But see how nicely it does clean up? These are still very warm. Yes, you can soak your pans. I highly recommend that you get water in it sooner rather than later, because that will stick. I'm going to flip it here and here so I can carry it on over. Okay, and what I like to do, as you can see, that's kind of crumply looking, but that's because I went ahead earlier and I rolled it like so. And I scoonched it, and I twisted it, then I rolled it this way, to make it easier to get out of its container. Okay, out of the mold. So flip it over like so. Just to just poke the back of it. See? My granddaughter's here. She likes to poke the cough drops out. I've got all the cough drops out of their molds, and they're just waiting to be put in the powdered sugar mixture here that I have. I add, because I like the taste of it, a little bit of citric acid. Usually I buy citric acid in bulk, and it'll last forever, because I use citric acid in bath bombs and all kinds of other things besides canning. The cough drops will tend to stick to each other without being coated in like the powdered sugar. I totally missed that, but there you go. Mix them up good. And when I get this done, I'll be pouring them into that bowl and then putting them in a container. And last February, when I was looking for recipes on YouTube for cough drops, I was looking for mentholated or menthol cough drops, and I did not find any. And we just pour it in there, and I do that until these are completed. But I think I still can't find any menthol cough drops to make these, and I figured why not add the menthol, the peppermint, and the eucalyptus oil to the cough drops. And that's exactly what I did, and they worked out fantastically. But this is a good recipe, and it will help tremendously for the cold and flu season that's coming. All I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to put them into a mason jar, and I'm going to layer with the powdered sugar so they don't stick together. And there you got it. I think the first YouTube menthol cough drop. So I don't think there's any other videos out there that have menthol crystals in the cough drops. And it's the menthol crystals and the peppermint and the eucalyptus oil that make all the difference in the world. These are strong. You can, of course, add more or less of the menthol crystals, the peppermint oil, and the eucalyptus oil. You can use as little or as much as you want. I like the way consistently the sugar, the water, and the honey turn out. Okay, so that's why I used that recipe. I really like that one. So, thank you very much. Hope you got some great information. Please, if this has helped you and you know anyone who might be interested in making their own cough drops for cold and flu season, please share this video. Pass it on to everyone. There you have it. My cough drops are in a mason jar. It has powdered sugar in it. So every once in a while I can come by and roll it around a bit so they don't stick together. Like, subscribe, and share, everybody. Bye now. And have an amazing day and a beautiful tomorrow, guys. Bye. Mwah, love you.